Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm just doing another Hot Wheels pickup video. Now, because I'm weird, I like to report these things in chronological order of when they happen, but I have absolutely no idea. So I'm going to start this one off with cars that I maybe missed off from the last one. Like I can't account for whether or not these cars were supposed to be in the last one or not. I would imagine there's a very low chance that they all were supposed to be, but I'm going to guess that some of them definitely maybe were, because I found them with the other cars and I can't account for when they are from. So first of all, we have got this Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione. As you can see, it's a 2025 model, so it probably did belong in the previous video, which came out last year at some point. I think this is just one that I completely forgot that I picked up, to be honest, but definitely might have picked it up after this video. But yeah, really cool retro Ferrari model. It's really nice. You gotta admit that the image definitely looks better than the reality on this one, at least as far as the front is concerned. But we have real Ferrari badges on it. We've got racing decals, etc. It's a really nice model, this one. We'll come back to that one a little bit later on. Next up, we have this 96 Dodge Viper GTS. And it's only right now, as I have picked this up from the pile, that I realise I've already got one. And I can't account for either time that I've picked these up. So I don't know when these are from. However, this one has a bit of paint bleed on the stripes on the back. So this is the one we're keeping. So yeah, really cool. Nice to know we can chuck that on eBay or Vinted or whatever and hopefully get our money back for it. But yeah, no Dodge Viper left behind. And the GTS is a model that's only just well, as you can see, they're saying it's being released in 2025. I'm pretty sure Hot Wheels did a GTS model, although here is a Matchbox one from my childhood. Shout out to how well it did in the Dodge's Wild Preliminary Series diecast race. But yeah, I pick up every Dodge Viper that I see, and the GTS is one that we don't see too often, of course, because Hot Wheels are saying that they've just implemented the model, the casting. Now, you see, I noticed that there's a bit of chipping on that bottom stripe there on that one. I'm thinking maybe I'd rather keep the one with the streaky paint on the top than the one with the damage on the bottom. I don't really know. Maybe need a bit of further inspection on those. But yeah, it's a really nice shiny blue colour. And it's a really nice understated kind of model for a Dodge Viper. So yeah, we really appreciate that one. Next up, we have another Dodge Viper. We have the 2013 SRT Viper. I have absolutely no recollection of when I picked this up, but it's really nice. Again, it's a bit different than the RT10s and the GTSRs, which we've seen umpteenth models of, and I've bought as many of them as I've seen. The 2013 SRT is a bit different. It's got that classic white with blue stripes motif going on. Really nice sort of understated grey wheels as well. Yeah, again, no Viper left behind and not a model that we see too often, so really cool. Then we have this 99 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. Again, when I was a kid, I always picked up loads of these because I really liked the car. But I haven't done too well with that since I started collecting them again. There was a Hot Wheels one that was in a multi-pack of 5, but I didn't really care for the other ones, so I never really bothered getting it. And there was a really nice kind of white and red one that my nephew had, which I never came across. You can kind of tell that we just picked this one up for the sake of picking up a modern SVT Lightning casting, because it isn't the most charming of all colours. But again, I have absolutely no recollection of when I picked this up. You can see there's a little bit of paint wear on the side there. Yep. So next up, we have a model that a friend actually gifted me, and it is the 94 Bugatti EB110 SS. And he was in Aldi or something, I think, one day, and was just kind of, perplexed that they had Hot Wheels. And he decided to pick this one up for me for the channel, for a gift, because, and I quote, it was the most interesting one. And he's probably right. Nice little 94 supercar. You can see we've got the purple 110 registration plate. Got the Bugatti logo on the front as well. I have very few Bugattis, both modern or classic, so it's very well received. It's a nice little colour as well. Interesting, the picture on the side has the wing mirrors, but the actual casting does not. But yeah, very interesting. Probably one I would have picked up eventually if I came across it, but not one I would have went out my way for necessarily. Next up, we have this Matchbox fire engine, Seagrave, which is beautiful. Look at the coloring on this. The glittery green, the bright golds. It's really nice. You've got that fire department logo in there. Engine number 5. It just looks really, really nice. And I actually picked this up on a toy hunt. It's from a series of toy hunts that haven't been released yet, that all involve going to Newcastle and me not bothering to edit the video. There's a little shop in Granger Market that I will whinge about on those videos, not being allowed to film inside, the prices not being very good, etc., being really small for the amount of stuff that's in there. However, we picked up this Matchbox from there, which was really nice. It's the only thing we ever bought from there because, as I say, the prices are usually rubbish. But this was only $1.99. So yeah, took that because it's absolutely lovely. But that will be on a toy hunt eventually. Of course, me hunting the car won't be on there because you're not allowed to film in there. But that will all be covered on the actual video. Next up, we have a couple of cars that I picked up when the Entertainer was shutting down in Hartlepool. First of all, we picked up this awesome Ford Escort. It is just a regular Escort with the rally lights on the front, etc. This is really, really cool. Sort of my era boy racer type stuff. Got a bit of paint wear there. Pretty sure, is that a decal or is that really conveniently shaped paint wear? I don't know. I can't actually, maybe looks like maybe it is just paint wear, but yeah, really, really nice. Ooh, I don't care for the interior, although it does match the color scheme, I suppose. Yeah, again, cool throwback. One of my favourite cars when we were kids was our Escort Cosworth. I think that was a Matchbox model. But yeah, that was really, really nice. We also picked up this 67 Ford Mustang Coupe. Really cool. I do have the classic model where the bonnet lifts up. But this is a modern one where they've recast it so that the bonnet does not do that. I thought it was worth picking up a modern model of it. It looks really nice. White and the red stripes as well, a little bit different. We've got those classic Mustang lights on the back. Yep, really, really nice. And the last thing we picked up that day was a bit of a nicer SVT Lightning. It has the exact same Leeward decal on the side, but is a much nicer color to begin with. Got a nice color windscreen as well. Yeah, we didn't need to get this one. We're not picking up every SVT Lightning we see. We can't do that and Dodge Vipers. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, this is a really, really nice one. It might be nice if we had some kind of glittery color on the trims. Some similar models with like black paint and blue windows do. Like if we had dark blue rims or something, that would be really nice. But whatever, we can't have everything, I suppose. So I got this Gordon Murray Automotive T50, T.5, T.50, whatever. I just thought it looked funky. I thought it was pretty interesting and a little bit different, so I thought it'd be a cool thing to pick up. I remember buying this with like a couple of cars from like Aldi or something, but I can't remember exactly what they were. It possibly included this 15 Mazda MX-5 Miata, which is a lovely color. The front of the casting really reminds me of something from childhood as well, which can't be the case from a 2015 car. So it must just be like the earlier MX-5 or something like that, or a different Mazda that it's just really reminded me of the front. I actually really like the modern MX-5. I would dare say I like it more than the original. The only other thing I think that could have been with those is this Ford GT. I love a Ford GT, so it's really nice to see one. Again, we've got the white with red stripes to match that Mustang. Got the huge spoiler on the back. You got the decals on the side. Really nice sort of brass trims as well to go with the white. Yeah, really, really contrast well. So a little trip that I had sometime before Christmas, as I've just found from looking through my gallery, I managed to find the Ford RS200 the first day I was searching for it. Like, I didn't even remember that it was like in shops. My recollection of needing to pick this up came from seeing it in the shop. And we got the lovely Gulf livery as well with those kind of brassy orange trims. Again, honestly, I think, you know, it's not translated too well onto the model at the front there, but, you know, it is what it is. The Hot Wheels at the end of the day. But, yeah, we also picked up this Mustache, Movember 2025. I think it's the little dude in there just giving me the Wacky Races vibe that made me pick it up. I don't know, but it is a bit different. You can see we've got a little bit of paint wear there on the T. And yeah, I'm not really sure, like, oh, I picked this up. I don't know if it was supposed to be for my nephew or something, but yeah, something grabbed me that day. And I just discovered as well that this S3T Lightning I mentioned earlier was also from that stuff. So we definitely didn't need to pick that one up, because we definitely had already picked up the black one at that point. At Christmas time, I got given the GoPro Hot Wheels by my sister. So this is Experimotors. This is a zoom in. It's a GoPro. And one thing I quickly found from one video where I've seen this being used for kids content, and my nephew's been watching on a downhill race, is that this wins the race. Like, if you have this racing alongside the other cars in a lane, it goes ahead of the cars, it doesn't film anything, and obviously, you know, this would be the winner of the race every time. I will maybe just use this for scenery, to be honest, once I get the Racing League off the ground, because my GoPro is not particularly good. It's definitely very outdated now as well, and I don't think I will be upgrading it due to my experience with using that one. But yeah, still very novel to have. It's the same thing as like the Minecraft minecart. I would literally just have it sitting around. That's just 100% something that I would do. I feel like I picked up this Snoopy one before that. Yep, we got the peanuts there. We got Snoopy. Got Snoopy sitting on the top. Very, very cool. HW screen time. He's driving his little kennel, of course. And we've got those green rims on as well. It's interesting that we still get stuff like this, even though Racerverse exists. Although now that I'm saying that, does Racerverse still exist? I have no idea. I haven't kept up with it because I haven't been able to see it in the shops anywhere. So yeah. We also got this Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR at some point. Really, really cool model. I feel like I picked this up in Aldi one day, just, you know, as a bit of metro therapy or whatever. Literally just picked it up because it was there. But it is a really nice car. Beautiful, shiny orange colour. Got the decals all the way around there, the Skyline towards the back, and the headlamps look really, really nice on this as well. Front grille looks nice. Actually, that looks like a completely different car, doesn't it? This looks like all of the American muscle car model like fronts, and then the grille on the actual thing is like completely different. What else did we get? We picked up at some point this Austin minivan, 67 Austin minivan. I don't particularly care for the styling all around it, although, you know, there's definitely uglier things in the world. I definitely wanted to pick this up. I saw a Matchbox one of these in a multi-pack at a garden centre once, but you don't want to pay garden centre prices for toy cars, especially not a multi-pack that you want one model out of. From the Art Cars series, which explains its funkiness, but yeah, just not necessarily a design I care for. But like I said, not the worst one in the world either. We also have picked up this 98 Honda Prelude. I love this car. Like, I think these look so cool, and like, just, it's like an underrated little sort of casual looking gentleman. I have literally looked at these on Facebook Marketplace in the past. Not at times where I've had any right to buy another car. I very much may own one of these one day. It depends how many of them are still around when I am looking to buy another car. Actually, that Honda badge looks really good on the front there. I debate that looks better on the car than it does on the art. Yeah, really, really nice. I love my Honda. Oh, we got the Prelude on the back as well. That looks really cool. Yeah, really, really nice. I like the modern Prelude as well, the new one they just put out. So, a couple of months ago, we had a tirade through Aldi, and I ended up buying 5 cars. So, first of all, we have the 1985 Honda CRX. We have the later CRX model a few times, so we had to pick up one of the early ones. Bright yellow. No wheel trim color, but yeah, really, really nice piece. And again, we love our Hondas over here, so very cool to pick up. We also picked up this 89 Mazda Savannah RX-7 FC3S. This is maybe a bit too orange. It's very bright. I like the trims though, and it does look really, really nice. The details on the back again are really nice. Next up, we picked this Porsche Carrera up. Now, I picked this up because I kind of wanted the Porsche Carrera, but yeah, if this popped up on Test Drive 6 when we were kids, when we opened the shop to buy your cars, and a car had loaded in this colour, you know, the entire room of people would have recoiled in horror. But have a look at this. It's actually better on the car than it is on the card. The shininess reduces the tone, you know, it makes it a bit brighter. We've got the Carrera on the side, which is pretty nice. The Porsche badge on the front, and then the nice little Carrera decal on the back. It's just the kind of thing I remember from childhood, basically. So I wanted to pick up a modern Carrera, as is often the case with these things. That one, unfortunately, is not a great colour. But the first thing that we picked up from that lot was this Lotus Cortina. Now, this is really nice. It's got really cool details all over it, like the kind of colourful grille, which is not colourful on the actual art. And we've got the yellow window as well, which is really cool. Got the gold sort of trimming all the way around it. And we've even got a gold exhaust pipe. And I didn't realise that it came with all this stuff, all these little details and stuff, until I saw it in the same shop that we got the little fire truck from. Now, this was $1.99, sure. And because I hadn't noticed all the detailing on this, I thought it was like some kind of weird special edition of it that wasn't advertised as such. Because they were charging $3.99 for this. $3.99 for a base model Hot Wheels that had been produced that year. $3.99, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, we had to pick up the Lotus Cortina almost as much as we had to pick up the final car we got that day, which was the Simpsons family car. Absolutely awesome, because we don't have enough Plymouths in the disaster garage, so getting the Junker Roller in is really, really well appreciated. It's a fascinating pink colour, sort of low riding on those tyres. It's really, really cool, to be honest. I think they've done a great job of capturing the likeness of the car. I would like to keep it like this with just the Homer in the background, but the card's already damaged, so there's not really much point in leaving it in there. Maybe if we come across another one, we'll get one for display purposes, but probably the fewer things that we have like that, the better, really. So, at some point, I picked up this Fast and the Furious 5-pack. I think they've had more interesting ones. I think they've been cooler ones in the past, but there are some cool models in there. I mean, this one's pretty important to the story, really, isn't it? However, I feel like with how long it's taken to get the racing series off the ground and stuff like that, I think almost certainly I'm going to end up just selling this one off. Because, yeah, I was probably more of a fan of the models in the previous ones, which we ended up selling off. So I imagine the same thing's probably going to happen, although there isn't as much value in this one yet as there was in those ones right from the get-go, really, from the point where we picked them up. We have picked up this Hot Wheels Trackfleet truck with the DC superheroes on the side. There were some really cool pieces in the Trackfleet series. I kind of want to pick up the one where it's the motorhome. This was really cool. I picked this up like just before Christmas, actually. And this was... So I've completely misjudged the time frame for this one, but yeah, it was just before Christmas. So I remember being asked whether I was picking it up for myself or my nephew, and the answer was definitely me. Really cool, but I wouldn't pay more than I think these were £5 in Lidl. Again, we'll probably just use this for decoration at the side of some disaster side races. Either way, it'll probably end up on display somewhere. Next up, we have this Mini Cooper S, Austin Mini Cooper S. Now, I actually picked this one up a few weeks ago. I was in a bit of a bad mood, so I went to Smith's to kind of do a bit of retail therapy, and the best thing that I found was this Mini Cooper S, but this is also really, really cool. So we at least picked something up that was really nice. It's a new model for 2026. It's not a colour I care for at all, but again, it is a mini, and if you offered me a mini in real life in literally any colour, I'd probably take it. So yeah, it's really nice to see the mini getting some love in the Hot Wheels line. Obviously, we had the van earlier on as well. Next up, we had this awesome 33 Ford Lowboy. I had to pick this up when I saw it in Aldi because when I was a kid, I had this really nice brown one that was like really immaculate condition. And literally the first time my nephew played with my like toy cars, it disappeared. I don't think he stole it like he did most of the other models because I've just never seen it again. It's literally just disappeared. So I had to pick up this blue one to have some form of like replacement for it. However, that one will always live on in my heart. But this is a really cool piece. We've got those decals on the side as well. Really, really nice. Next, we got this Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. This literally came from GTA. I won the Maibatsu Monstrosity. What a great parody name for the car, by the way. On the casino wheel. And I was like, you know what? These are kind of cool. And yeah, I had debated it in the past when the Pajero had been in rotation, but I just decided against it. And then on pure happenstance, I saw one of these in a shop not too long after, so I picked it up. And yeah, it's really cool. I'll never own one in real life because they are just too expensive for what they are. Next up, we've got a couple of multi-packs. We picked up this Batman one. This was just out of pure, like, novelty, really, more than anything. The Killer Croc van's really nice. Gotham City SWAT van's really nice. And we got that Batmobile on the top, which is a really cool colour. We've got the Catmobile in there as well. And, of course, we've got the Batwing at the bottom, which is very interesting. It comes with, like, a stand and everything. Yeah, no idea about that one. I picked it up out of novelty, as I say. So I don't know if this is going to end up being used. Maybe we use them as decoration and stuff again. Maybe they appear in a couple of races. I do really like that Killer Croc van, but the more time it takes to get the series off the ground, the more likely it is that that will end up just being sold on as well. However, this one will not. This I picked up on the same day, and this is a Ferrari 5-pack. Really, really cool. Now, this did mean from the get-go that we could sell the Competizione, because this is a better rendition of the car, but I'd rather just have the one that comes in the 5-pack, so I can't exactly sell this one loose out the 5-pack, so that's the way it goes. So the Competizione is on eBay, but we also have some other really cool Ferrari models here, including an F40, which I don't even think I had when I was a kid, and they were all the rage, you know, the F40 and the F50, so we had to pick this up. And we got some other really cool cars. I think this, as much as you can't really see it long ways, I think this pack actually exemplifies all of the different bits of Ferrari, like, so perfectly. We've got, like, the iconic F40 365 at the top, you know, it's like just completely different vibe. We've got a classic and a couple of modern models in there as well. I think it does a really good rounded job of giving you a bit of everything that Ferrari has to offer, really. Next up, and finally from my stuff, we have the Back to the Future time machine from hover mode. I found this on my break one day, literally in B&M buying my lunch, and I saw this out the corner of my eye and picked it up. This, I'm not a big fan of Back to the Future. This is an ode, again, to my GTA car of the same kind, my Deluxo. I wanted one of these since I found out that they existed, literally just to put it on a shelf to represent my Deluxo on GTA. Yeah, I got a regular DeLorean for the same purpose, although it wasn't silver. Yeah, now we've got a hover mode one, so even better. So we'll just use the blue one for our racing series if we get that off the ground, and then we'll have that one to put on the shelf, and maybe to put as decoration for those races. And finally, in the same B&M, the other week, I picked up a couple of Disney Pixar Cars models as an apology to my nephew, which I never ended up making. It's a long story, so at the moment they're just put away for his birthday. But we got this Ramon with his hydraulics on and his paint gun, and he's in the yellow paint at that time, so that's really cool. And we also got this Finn McMishal, because I don't recall ever seeing him in the shops before. So I thought I'd pick him up. My nephew definitely didn't have him, so we picked those up as well. So that is everything for this video. So if you did enjoy it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Disaster Garage playlist in the end screen for more. There will also be a video recommendation in the end screen and in the description box. But for now, I really do appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.